Fulbright Scholar Award.
Yeah.
Tell me about that.
Yes, because I
That's
am
very
actually
prestigious.
leaving next month to go
Okay.
back to Tanzania. Yeah.
Okay.
So me still trying to do my international work, When I first went over to Tanzania, the organization Seed Global Health really instilled in me the notion of capacity building.
What
I
is
don't
capacity building before you go
Yep,
into?
I'm gonna
Okay.
explain it.
Okay.
So I don't believe in mission work. Okay, so mission work is like you go in, you do something with people, you leave, and then the people are left with like nothing,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Because you are the only one who knows how to do that stuff, right? So you probably leave them off worse than when you came in because they can't even sustain whatever it is that you did, right? So with capacity building, you are basically educating the people there who can provide these services. So, like, that's me saying, I'm a nurse educator. I want to go and work with other nurse educators, teach them what it is that they want to know, what's going to help them educate their students and stuff, share some of my knowledge with them, but let them be the ones to do it and keep doing it while I'm gone. That's what capacity building is you are essentially giving them the tools and resources to be able to keep doing it when you're no longer there. So that was really instilled in me. So when you get into academia, there's lots of different awards and all these different things that you can do, So me just really being heavy into international stuff, one of my colleagues at TSU, she was like, have you ever looked into Fulbright? And I was like, no, I heard of it before, but no, I haven't looked into it. And she was like, I think you should look into it because I think that's right along your alley, what you want to do. And so the Fulbright program is basically, there's a program for scholars and there's a program for students. And so scholars being, individuals who are in academia, who are educators and all that, and researchers, So I applied for this Fulbright Scholar Award. It is a very, very prestigious award, very competitive, highly sought after, by people
Yes,
who
it
like
is.
to do international work. People apply for this award multiple times, sometimes before even being selected, and I am so honored and thankful to have been selected on my first attempt, on my first time I applied for it. But yeah, I'm going back to Tanzania, back to that nursing school that I was at, but this time I'm working with faculty. First time I worked with students. This time I'm working with faculty and trying to show them and help them revise their curricula, do some faculty development, just share with them all the knowledge that I've learned over my last, 8 years of being in academia. So just talking about different teaching and learning strategies, really working with them on democratizing the classroom. And that is, so in Africa and probably in other places too, but you have a lot of where it's, I'm the instructor, you're the student, you gotta listen to me lecture. Nobody asks me any questions. It's just, I'm gonna get up here and talk, and that's the way it's gonna be,
Hold on 1 second before you start any further there, because a lot of people's college experience is like that now.
Yeah.
With I'm not to say anything with a lot of the foreign professors.
Yeah.
I guess maybe because that might be their own cultural dynamic and what
Yeah.
they're used to.
Yeah.
So that makes sense to me now as you just said something.
Yeah.
But continue. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut
No,
you
no,
off.
it's okay. But yeah, so really I want to give them or just work with them and show them other ways, I guess, that education and knowledge can be imparted into students without it being such a hierarchy of I'm the instructor, you're the student. Like we can have dialogue, as instructors and students can learn when the environment is conducive to learning. When you just up there like, okay, you gotta listen to me, I'm gonna lecture on this and don't ask me no questions, the environment just really is hostile, and so nobody can really learn good that way, So that's what my goal is this time around. So unfortunately, I was supposed to be gone already, but COVID, so my start date got pushed back to January. So me and my family are leaving next month, and we'll be back in August.
Well, okay,
Yeah.
that's cool. That's gonna be exciting. So when you go to Tanzania, are you coming with like your own created curriculum, or are you helping like create a curriculum there with the faculty, or do they have their own, or you all just kind of improvising together, or what?
Well, so when I was there the first time, one of the other things that I did was to help them develop a Master of Science in Pediatric Nursing curriculum. So
Is
they
this for like a school?
Yeah.
So they would graduate and get this go through this curriculum
Yeah.
that you help create.
Yep.
Okay,
Yeah,
that's amazing.
so yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
So now we are just working to revise it. You have to review your curricula ever so often, your courses, everything, just to keep up with new practices, make sure you're teaching the latest and greatest information, all that stuff. So just helping them to revise whatever other curricula they need, but specifically that one for the master's in pediatric nursing, and helping them to develop some short courses for a type of nursing student it's called an in-service nurse. So students who are going through other programs, and just trying to get this specialty focus, so helping them to develop courses focused on neonatal and pediatrics as well. So yeah, just that type of work with
No,
them.
that's pretty cool. So I guess after you go through this next experience, you come back in August. What do you plan to kind of gain from this experience? Because you already got like a previous experience, and then now you know what you want to come in and do.
Right.
So what do you expect as like the end all result once you come back in August? Like, what are you kind of expecting from, I guess, your performance or whatever you got going on there?
So I am really hoping to establish myself as a faculty development specialist, particularly with nursing education, and really do some consulting locally, nationally, and internationally, and just working with faculty at various schools of nursing. And that's what I have a passion for. I've been working with our new faculty that we've hired here at TSU. I think that I have a lot of knowledge to share, just creating materials and things for them to use to be successful. The whole curriculum development process is intense, so just whatever tools and things that I can create, and share, that's what I'm aiming to do. I'm also aiming to establish a nonprofit. My time abroad in Tanzania really showed me that African Americans are very underrepresented in this type of work, international work, so and this is a real thing, but it's the whole white savior complex, that it appears as though, and don't get me wrong, like several people that I've met over the years and stuff, who are doing this type of work, they are white, and because more of them engage in this type of international work and just stuff like that, but our African brothers and sisters kind of like look to them, all the time. And I'm like, well, there's several Black educators and Black doctors and nurses and people who are professionals, it's several of us out here too. And we are just as competent, we can do this type of work. So I'm aiming to really increase our presence, and engage in mutual exchanges with our African brothers and sisters, and just really showing them that we're out here too, and we ready to help you out too.